CEO, Mr. Gaith, Flydubai CEO. Thanks for having us on board your Boeing MAX 8. The COVID crisis, of course, the industry has been hit hard. You, as Flydubai yourself, also had to reduce capacity. You didn't even fly for some time last year. But now, back in November 2021, how have you recovered?
We recovered 100%, actually better than 100% even. We are flying more flights now than pre-COVID, and we are carrying more passengers than pre-COVID, and the number is getting even higher by the day.
And has this started from the second quarter, the third quarter? What was the turning point, in your opinion?
I think the turning point for us is the base that our country has taken the right measures to address the pandemic and has fully recovered as far as the pandemic spreading. And we also have opened the market here for a while now. So our capacity to take in people in terms of hotels, restaurants, streets is being back to normal because we could ramp up. So the main reason we have recovered in Flydubai was the success of the way our government have managed the crisis, and that our economy now is open, and that's why, not only we have seen, as I said already, figures above pre-COVID, but the number is actually going higher, especially it's coming.
Does this mean that you are back to profitability already for this quarter?
Absolutely.
So 2021 will be again a profitable year?
Inshallah, it will be a profitable year, but the number is, as I said, is even improving, and it is something that makes us very proud because, it gives us at least a way ahead that is positive. Plus, it gives us and everybody in the industry the hope that once you do the right thing and you organize yourself, the business will come back. I am also one of these people who think that business will come back, because people will always travel, especially in our region, because we are a growing region.
Yeah. This is indeed a very competitive market. We see quite a lot of low-cost airlines over here. Flydubai, Wizz Air Abu Dhabi, Arabia Abu Dhabi, some low-cost from other countries like Oman, Saudi Arabia. Isn't there an overkill of low-cost airlines over here, given that the population in this region of each country isn't that big?
No, I mean, look, I cannot say so because, maybe 13 years ago when we started our airline, people would say, do you need another airline? And then somebody would have said, maybe not, maybe yes. I think, adding more capacity and having more competition, it's only good for the general industry, and it's good for the public. And it actually, because, I saw what we have achieved in Flydubai. In Flydubai, for example, prior to us starting flying, we started 76 destinations that they were not properly linked to Dubai. So if it was not for our existence, we probably would not have flown. People would not be able to go.
You opened up new markets.
That's very good, and added a lot of capacity to existing market. And if you look at the bigger picture, if you look at the number of flights, for example, between major hubs in the region, and compare them to between London and Paris, for example, you can see that we have far less capacity in the market than you have in mature market like in Europe, for example.
Yeah. But how you look at the regional market over here? Which airline is your biggest competitor?
Well, I really, growing up and working in this industry now for over 30 years, we don't look at it that way. There is no such thing as competition. Actually, your biggest competitor is yourself. You have to always outdo what you have done before. So from my point of view, competition is good, keeps you going, it gives people options, and it grows the market.
Yeah.
And for us, never fear competition.
So you are growing because you're growing in the market, you're attracting more new public, more passengers.
Yeah.
But of course the other airlines, they want a slice of the same cake. Is the cake that big that there is enough for everyone?
Again, I think the market is continuously growing, and I think people would always want choices for them to travel to many places. And again, by saying otherwise or anything different than that, you defeat the purpose of our existence, because we have to grow, we have to add more capacity. If there are other people who want to do the same, it means that it's good, it's a successful business.
Yeah. But Wizz Air Abu Dhabi came here. That's in your front garden or in your back garden, how you look at it. You are competing with them in the Eastern European markets and the Central European countries. Are you head-to-head with Wizz Air? Is that one of your biggest rivals over here?
No, I mean, again, I stress again, we are head-to-head with everything, or we are head-to-head more to ourselves to be even better. We fly to destination, we offer the best service that we can have, and then we compete, but with a view that there is always more for the market to grow. Because it's not only one passenger who's going to travel. If you do your job properly, you can encourage more people to travel, and it is always for the best person to be able to win the largest number of people to fly with them.
Yeah. What are your biggest growth markets for next year or the years after that?
I mean, now of course with the COVID, I think if you ask me what is the biggest challenge for after COVID, would be is that which market going to be fully open, because unfortunately we still suffering currently, even though that we have reached levels beyond pre-COVID in terms of flight number and passenger number, but we are not all of the routes or all of the routes or routes and number of flights as open, because there are still certain countries they are not allowing as many passengers or as many flights as before.
And that's the challenge, to get that back to pre-COVID levels.
Because sometimes there is this habit by human being. They get comfortable with a situation, they like to stay where they are. We have to always challenge ourselves and open back. Our biggest risk for the future is these countries around, or wherever they are they going to open their airports and capacity as pre-COVID? That's the question.
But where do you want to grow? I mentioned Europe, the Central European Union.
I think Europe is always very attractive. We've opened a lot of markets, and we've given people choices to visit our country. I mean, one of the success, for example, is that why are you doing so well? Because Dubai, especially, and the United Arab Emirates is the only place a lot of people can travel to. They cannot go to the Far East. They cannot go to Bangkok. So they come to Dubai.
Yeah.
So in the winter we had to connect ourselves with all of these countries. So likewise in the summer we open a lot of routes during the summer, because we knew that people had to travel from here to go somewhere.
Yeah.
They couldn't go to Europe or certain cities in Europe because it was closed. It's going to come back.
Yeah.
So we took them to this new destination. Now what's going to happen after? And are the capacity going to come back? And where it's not going to come back, that's going to be the challenge.
Yeah. Another topic, you celebrated, and Emirates celebrated, the 4 years partnership. I was 2 years ago in a media table with Sir Tim Clark, and he said, I want to build on that relationship even more, even integrate Flydubai and Emirates network even more. What's in the future of that? How far will this integration, connecting of schedules go? Will you be the de facto feeder airlines of Emirates?
I mean, we are two separate companies, so that will remain the case if the decision is above the owners, because we are owned by the same government. Is this going to be a one company or two company? That's not our decision. But as far as we are concerned, we are working to leverage, as you might say, or Tim said to you, the maximum opportunity that we have between our two networks. We coordinate our schedule. We've reduced the minimum connecting time to ensure that the flow to the market that we believe exists between each other, and we have seen tremendous results. Something I am extremely proud of. Other than before working for Flydubai, I worked for over 20 years for Emirates, and actually when we set up the airline, we set up the airline inside Emirates. We used Emirates talent and Emirates resources to launch the airline, and then we are on our own from day one. So we have a natural relationship, and we'd like to make the most of it.
Yeah, but during the pandemic, Emirates had, of course, its big wide bodies. They didn't have a single aisle aircraft as Flydubai has. You were able, possibly to fill up your aircraft much more easy. Is that a benefit that in the partnership will be enhanced?
No, I think that benefits is or that condition or that characteristic of both of us is exactly why our relationship works like hands in gloves, and this will of course will continue because we have so much in common, and Dubai is our hub, and we fly to majority different network. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. 4 years ago, Dubai Air Show, you ordered 225 Boeing Max. This year, you reduced the number of Max you want to have by 65 after a strategic review. What's the situation on that? Are you still happy with that plan, or do you see a recovery in the market that might justify more aircraft again?
Well, it's an ongoing issue. I mean, aircraft and how many aircraft you need, it is an ongoing issue. I mean, we're always looking at the market and said when it's the best time for us to buy more aircraft. Because, you know, for us, I don't know if you recall, we keep our aircraft only for 8 years, 8 to 9 years. So we, after a while, you run out of aircraft, you have to order aircraft. For us, it's just a matter of when is the best time to order aircraft. And it's ongoing.
Yeah, so for that reason, it's obvious that at another air show in the future, you might order more aircraft to replace the other one.
I mean, if the condition were right, we could have ordered in this time, but this was not the right condition.
Yeah, and the Boeing Max 10, is that on your list?
Absolutely.
On the short term?
No, I mean, again, you know, we are always looking at these aircraft, and then we make a decision. It's not only the Max 10 on our radar, even the Airbus 320 and the 321.
Yeah.
Beautiful aircraft. We never take our eyes off the ball.
Yeah.
We're always looking.
And what is then decisive? You have a lot of experience with the Max, or is it a price war now going on between the airframers and that airlines try to benefit?
No, it's a lot of issues, and it's not one issue. That definitely the price plays an important part, you know, in the equation. Availability of slots, when are the aircraft going to be available, and you know, you have to play the market correctly. You have to know when to come in the market and buy more aircraft.
Okay, Mr. Gaith, thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you very much. We're really proud of having you with us.
Thank you.